New Syria is not what you think it is. You think that Bashar al-Assad's regime has fallen, that al-Julani, head of HTS, is the new leader, but the armed rebels in essence were only proxies. The lead actors, Israel and Turkey, are now in center stage. What is the real game? Welcome to this new edition of WiseHeads. I am your host, Ashish Shukla. We all know that HTS or Hay'at Tahrir-al-Sham now controls much of Syria. You look at this map behind, and all the green that you see is under the HTS control. HTS essentially is Turkey's proxy, but no sooner had HTS taken control, Israel began making air raids inside the Syrian territory. Their excuse was that rebels were attacking UN peacekeeping forces, which is in the buffer zone in Golan Heights. This is the same Israel which made murderous attacks on UNRWA inside Gaza and in Lebanon in recent weeks. Many see Israel's attacks as part of their long-standing goal of Greater Israel, which includes Lebanon and Syria. They are also calling HTS leader al-Julani names, saying he is a wolf in sheep's clothing, that he holds a grudge against Israel and wants to free Golan Heights, which belong to Syria and from which his parents were driven out by the Israelis in the 1967 war. Further, Israel could be worried that HTS might have actually struck a deal with Iran and that supply of arms and funds to Hezbollah could continue as it was before. After all, Assad's were not so bad since no attack on Golan Heights took place since 1970. Israel knows that 2 days before Bashar al-Assad fell, the foreign ministers of Iran, Russia and Turkey met in Doha that Bashar is now said to be in Moscow. It has reasons to believe that Bashar's exit is actually good news for its arch rival, Iran. As Israel begins its air raids inside Syria, Turkey's hands are being forced. After all, HTS are their proxies. Further, the United States has issued a warning that nothing wrong should happen to SDF or Syrian Democratic Forces. SDF is essentially a Kurdish-controlled area which causes trouble in Turkey. The yellow you see in this map actually is SDF-controlled area. This area is backed by the United States. Turkey is using its another armed proxy, SNA, or Syrian National Army, to attack SDF. So the next stage of chaos in New Syria is set in stone. Both Israel and Turkey would like to be in control, at least around Damascus. Though Turkey broke off diplomatic relations with Israel last month, it is accused of helping Israel with oil supplies. In the Arab world, Turkey's ruler Erdogan is seen as a distrustful figure, though he makes public pronouncements in support of Palestinians and against Israel. But Erdogan nobody trusts. So what would Turkey now do? Would it let its own proxy suffer at the hands of Israel, or would it take action to enable them to take on Israel? The truth is, neither Iran nor Russia would like Damascus to fall into the hands of Israelis. The next phase of this new Syrian saga is set. There could be many more phases in this latest tragedy to befall the Middle East. That's all in today's show. This is your host Ashish Shukla, who now bids you goodbye. We meet soon given the unfolding events in the Middle East. Till then, goodbye and good luck.